Facing the
gives me great joy and pleasure and pride to introduce this robot called Homosep. Homosep is a short for homogenization of septic tanks. So it's a robot that we have developed for mechanization of the process of homogenization of tank contents. So the point mechanization is very important. We are not trying to eliminate the people who are operating this. We are only providing them a tool by which they can enter into the robot without themselves having to get into that and homogenize the contents as such. So the process of development of this robot has taken about 3 to 4 years, of which a couple of years were hit by the pandemic. But we have had great support from the NGO, for example, Safai Karamchari Andolan, who originally got this problem to our attention. At that time, we were working on a robot for inspection of sewer lines. And when they mentioned that the more important problem is in the septic tanks, that's when we started looking at this problem. Initially, we had developed a robot called Sepoy that would go in and get views inside the tank, but that was not sufficient because a heavy-duty homogenizer was of interest, and that's when we started working on this robot. At that time, Divanshu Kumar, who was finally a master's project student, he joined me and he wanted to work on a socially relevant problem. And so I pitched this to him. He loved it, and so within about a year, we developed the first prototype. One of the catalyzing factors in this is our interaction with the manual workers, which was organized through SKA, Safai Karamchari Andolan, and at that point we came into contact with widows of people who were doing this job, people who had lost their nails or hair or eyesight because of getting into the tank, and we really understood it hit us hard about the social dimension of this problem, and we came back and said we have to develop something, we have to do something. We were very short of funds in those days, so there was a IIT Madras competition called Carbon Zero Challenge. Divanshu participated in that, and fortunately we were shortlisted, and that's how we got an initial funding to develop that robot. Later, IIT Madras has a scheme called Socially Relevant Projects. Through that also we received some funding. With these two, we could take the product to a prototype stage. Since then, I would say there has been very strong industry support. Gale Foundation, Capgemini Foundation came in through their grants. We won the National Bio-Entrepreneurship Challenge, and there Win Foundation supported us. All of this was for further product development. Over the last 1 year, we received support from NSC Foundation to make 8 number of these robots and distribute them to the Safai workers. So this has been our product development journey.
So Homosep was developed as my final year project at IIT Madras, where I, Divanshu, along with Professor Prabhu Rajgopal, we worked on developing a prototype to develop a product that can clean septic tanks. And once we were able to develop a prototype where we understood that the key part in septic tank cleaning is the desludging of the hard sludge at the bottom. Once we were able to achieve that through a prototype, we registered a startup to take this entity forward. Today, Solinus, which is our startup, takes care of developing solutions for robots for water and sanitation industry. This specific product, Homosep, has been developed to clean septic tanks through 4 systems that we have developed. The first system is the bottom module, which consists of a multi-blade inverted umbrella mechanism, through a very small entry of a manhole, this robot is essentially able to go inside and then expands its blades to cut through the sludge. Once the sludge is cut and it is formed in form of a slurry, Then we have a suction system which pumps the whole sludge out, which is the second system. We have a feeding system which takes care of ensuring that the robot is able to go inside the septic tanks up to 3 to 5 meters in depth, so that personal as well as industrial septic tanks can be cleaned without any manual intervention. The current machine can be operated by around 2 people, for which one person will be managing the tractor and taking care of the movement, while the second person will take care of the homogenization and cleaning.